Hey, what up, y'all? Mr. Cruz here, the hardest worker in the room, back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little special. So check this out. All right, so for today's video, what I wanted to do is I kind of wanted to give an example of what I do with my consultation service. If you don't know, I'm gonna leave a link in the description below of where you can kind of get consultation, one-on-one consultation with me. But I'm gonna give you guys a little snippet of what it is that I usually do when it comes to these consultations. So a big part about being a musician is, having an online presence and having just good, proper branding.
Here you are, Peter, all fired up and ready to go. Oh! Oh, yes!
Now that word branding might be a little confusing and people kind of use it interchangeably with marketing.
Anyone else here named after their career? People call you marketing?
Branding is why people should care about your content. Marketing is how you get that message out there and how you get people to care about your content. So today we're going to be looking at two profiles from friends of mine, and we're going to go through just kind of their Instagram page, and we're going to take a deep dive, and I'm going to be pointing out some things that either they should change or like, hey, this looks really good. And this is kind of what most people should be doing in terms of their online social media presence. All right, so let's get it. So this is my dude, Broken Vapor. Really cool dude, really clutch. And he's also a producer, and he's sort of in my area, RVA. That's a sort of Richmond area, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so we're gonna kind of just from the look of this right here. I like this picture that he has here. That's cool. Broken Vapor music, and like this right here, I don't care about that. One thing you should definitely not care about when it comes to your social media presence is don't care about the numbers at the start. If you've been at it for a couple years and your numbers have only increased slightly, then yeah, you should probably be concerned about what vibe or what message or what feel you're giving off that is not enticing people to want to know more about you. But in this case, we're not really going to be focusing on that. So it says producer, RVA, music producer and writer who likes to push different sounds, person who happens to be redeemed. And then he has a YouTube link. All right, so right off the bat, one of the things that I would do differently is I like that he puts where he's from. That's really actually a really good thing, especially when you start tagging the posts that you make with your own city. That is how a lot of people in your city, right, in your area will be able to find you. No cap, I tag all my posts with where I live in Virginia, and that has actually led to a couple of sales that people like, hey, I wanted to support musicians in my area, so found out you're a producer and I want to buy beats from you because you're in my area. So that's definitely something that you should all be doing if you're an online musician. I would kind of change this. So one of the things that people want to see here, especially if you're a producer, which he says he is what people really want to see is who have you worked with. If you're kind of getting your feet wet, right? So I see that he has 170 followers. I'm assuming that he's either new or this profile is new, but you probably don't have the credits in order to include people on there. Find something else about your style that you can brag about, because this is essentially, this real estate right here is for you to convince somebody, right? You have a couple of sentences where you can convince somebody why you're amazing, why you're dope, and why they should pay attention to what it is that you're doing. I know that when it comes to Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff, it says, the word literally says bio. And so people kind of take that to heart, say like, okay, well, I need to include something about myself. It has to be something about me personally, where I came from and all these other things. But what you should really instead focus on is, yo, shout your flex right here. Flex right here, say like, say something like, I've worked with so-and-so. Even if you've worked with Iggy Azalea, like that's nothing to be proud about, but if you have, put that in there. Like that's better than just putting some generic statement in there.
And I really enjoy a nice pair of slacks.
Now, if you don't have those credentials, like I said, one of the things you could do is put like, hey, I make 5 new beats uploaded every single week. Trap, boom bap, all kinds of styles. Put what kind of styles you make. And I'm not necessarily saying you should stretch the truth, but you kind of should. So for example, on my profile, I put that I have 1 million streams on TikTok. Well, that's not necessarily true. It's like 900,000, but I'm just going to include 1 million because, hey, it's close enough. You know what I'm saying? So flex right here in your bio. And then he has this link here for his YouTube. I'm not going to click it. We don't necessarily need to click it, but here is what you should do instead is use something like Linktree. Linktree is 100% free. And I can't tell you how many artists I come across every single day. Every single day, maybe hundreds over the course of a month, where they don't have something like Linktree in their bio. You don't necessarily have to have Linktree, but have something similar to it in your bio. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. We're going to go to my profile for a second. All right, so this is kind of what you would want to see. Look, new beat every single week, 1 million views on TikTok, 200,000 views on YouTube, 30,000 streams on BeatStars. And like looking at this 30,000 streams, that's not really a whole lot, right? That's kind of chump change to a lot of producers. But that's what I've got, and I'm gonna flex on that. All right, so to talk about Linktree here, we're gonna go click in Linktree, and this is kind of what Linktree is. It's a single link that hyperlinks to several other links that you can kind of proceed to post on from there. So I usually put what's most important up at the top, and then kind of everything else down here. Now, the beautiful thing is that I have this link in my bio on everything, right? So on my YouTube, this is the link for the link to my bio. On BeatStars, it's this link. On TikTok, Twitter, and my Facebook, it's this link. So it all goes to the same place. And the thing that it allows me to do is to be able to kind of change and customize these things based on whatever content I'm trying to push out, and not have to do that across every single platform. I don't have to go and update my YouTube link on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok whenever I have a new video. I can just do it on Linktree, and then bam, it updates everywhere else. All right, so let's get back to Broken Vapor. All right, so that's definitely something that I would change, is changing this to a Linktree. All right, so now let's look at his posts. This is kind of a cool thing. I do see that there are no highlights being utilized. Highlights it's free real estate. You could put whatever you want on there. Whatever caters to your brand and your content, whatever you're pushing out, utilize the resource of having highlights here, because it's pretty interesting, right? Especially if I post several different types of things. If I'm posting vlogs, and I'm posting beats, and I'm posting tutorials, and I'm posting songs, well, if somebody's only coming to my profile because they found a song that they liked of mine and they want to hear more, they want to be able to find more, well, Reels is a really good way to be able to do that. So Broken Vapor, I would suggest adding some Reels here. All right, so looking at the post here, I'm not even going to click. We're not going to click and listen to any music. I'm just going to look, because most of the time people are going to come to your profile and just look at what you have. So I see some text. Let's see what these texts say. BLM. What's this one? All right, shouting out National Women's Day. A quote from somebody. Again, that's a really good picture. I like that. Let's go all the way down. All right, so this is it. So let's see, how long has this profile been active? So 2 years. I would expect to see more in 2 years. That's a definite. Like, I would expect to see like 4 or 5 times as much being posted over the course of 2 years. So I do see that this must be like the cover for an album, and this is also a pretty good graphic here. Like, I would interchange these two things as far as using him for the profile picture. All right, the good. The good is that you seem to have several pictures and several graphics that are really high quality and that they look appealing. So like, as I'm scrolling through here, this catches my attention. This catches my attention. This catches my attention. So he has a lot of things on here that do catch my attention. The bad thing is the profile seems to be kind of all over the place, especially with the newer posts. So down here seems like you're posting a lot of things that are kind of uniform, except for the Stranger Things thing. Unless this is kind of part of an album cover or something, some promo art. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, then I'll take back what I said. You have these like quotes and these screenshots. I would say this I hate this stuff. Whenever I see artists posting this, to me, it feels lazy, because we all know that this is just like a screenshot that you took of a sound recording on your phone. I do the exact same thing, except I do it with stuff that I post on BeatStar, so that at least it looks different than just this wave file in the background. This kind of communicates to me like I'm not necessarily putting a whole lot of effort towards my posts. For some content creators, this does work. I would argue that for most, it's not going to work. You've got to be able to bring something more to the table. You've got to be able to show me a lot more than just this in order to get my attention, especially considering that we don't really have a whole lot of followers that are going to engage with this stuff. So that's what I would say. I would say get some uniformity with your posts. Archive some content that you have here. It clashes a lot with the visual imagery that I get with all of your other content. And again, this is not even considering the music. We have not touched music yet. Just looking at it, this is kind of the first impressions that I get. All right, so let's take a look at Reels. All right, we've got one Reel. I would add some more. Reels is residual content that'll continue to be pushed. So I would definitely encourage you to get more Reels in here. Let's check out IGTV. All right, we got a decent amount of stuff. I would also suggest group some things together, right? So I know on IGTV, you can kind of batch things saying like, all right, hey, these are all my like producer cookups. These are like brand reviews, the or item product reviews or whatever. So batching some of these things, because it looks like mostly everything here is like a snippet of a song or something. All right, so that's just my first impression off of Broken Vapor Music's Instagram profile, giving you guys an insight into what it looks like. So we're gonna go ahead and check out another friend of mine, Soul the Reject. And a good friend of mine, met him a couple years ago, and not only do I know him, but I also know his producer, who's also a stellar human being, like just crazy good guys all around, from Cali. All right, so I see Soul the Reject, really cool picture that he has here. Looks like he's promoting his new album or an upcoming album. Attitude, pre-save, available now. All right, so that's also a really good thing to be able to put in your bio, is like giving your audience instructions or directions as to what to do. So definitely that's good, having a reminder there. And then he has a link tree, which is also great. We're not going to go ahead and click it because we already know what Linktree does. The only thing I would probably say, like, you can add more to this. So like make this more flashy, maybe add some more emojis, or, you know, underscores or dashes, whatever, to kind of take up that space. All right, looking through his profile, he's got a reel, or sorry, he's got a highlight here, which is also good. The come down looking like it's probably stuff related to the post of his album. He does say right here to pre-save Attitude, which is great. So he's got something there. Looks like he's got some snippets to some videos. So you've been hiring strippers, bro, to do your video? That's gotta be expensive, man.
You want me to answer phones with my clothes on?
We hired you for 3 hours work, and we're gonna get it.
I'm looking really good, like really high quality pictures and stills from his videos. So liking the stuff that I'm seeing here. And look, he's got several posts here that looks like he was promoting it before the album dropped, right? That's key. You got to promote your stuff. Because if you don't, then you get upset and you're like, man, nobody listens to my stuff. Nobody showed me any love. Like, we want to show you love. It's just that we don't know what you're doing. You're not giving us time to be able to catch up.
What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want?
Looking at this, because this is also kind of what I would say as a criticism that I had for Broken Vapor, is like, all right, DMX, this is probably memorializing his death. And then this is probably regarding the breakup or the discontinuation of Daft Punk, which was a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but it was a while ago. So maybe archiving some of these pictures now that those things have passed. Bam, his Spotify number. So that was at the beginning of this year. So let's see. This is probably from January all the way up until now, right? And he's got, I would say from January, right, from the beginning of this year up until now, he has more posts than Broken Vapor does. And Broken Vapor's profile was up for 2 years. So this is kind of what I'm saying. Like, I need to see a whole lot of stuff, and I could kind of keep scrolling and keep scrolling and keep scrolling. Right. And the way you kind of build this up is, you know, you post something every single day. You can use content over and over again. So if he had this picture, I can go back to, you know, a year and a half ago and see the exact same picture. Like, he could even use a lot of these old pictures that he has here. If, you know, maybe he's having a slow week and he hasn't been in the studio, doesn't have anything new to post, he can take one of these old pictures and repost it, just because they're really good and high quality. Yo, what up, Bam Bam? That's my dude Bam Bam right there. Going back to this, so a lot of his stuff looks really, really good. Got great content. Let's take a look at some of the captions here, because that's also important. So the Audiotistic, see you there. Follow Spotify, link in bio. Okay, pretty cool. So the Denied. So the Stoic. So the Shadaloo. All right, so I'll say this. This is not necessarily something that I would do, but it seems to work for him, where he's, every one of his posts is saw the something, right? And that's kind of cool. That could definitely be a part of his brand and a part of like his moniker, him using his name to kind of reflect maybe how he's feeling at the moment, or promoting a project or something like that. So that's actually a really cool, unique way of kind of using captions right there that I've never seen. So that's actually really, really dope.
Very good. You have earned 1 Schrutbach.
This stuff looks really, really good. I like that, you know, he's using high quality images. He's got images and he's got videos. Obviously, you're going to get a lot more attention when you post a video than when you just post a picture. And it looks like he's posting on a regular basis. I would say the goal is once a day. If you're at least posting once a day, great. You're doing a great job. And if you can keep that up, then you're definitely well on your way to, like, you know, increasing your social media presence. If not, I would say at least shoot for like every other day or like 3-4 times a week. As long as you're kind of continuing to build, you know, content that, you know, your new followers can kind of go back through and see how you've evolved. Because how many times do you get somebody who's a new follower and like then you end up with a whole bunch of likes all up and down of like all of your old videos and posts and stuff like that, just because like they found your stuff and they want to show love. All right, let's check out his IGTV. He doesn't have any reels. So get on some reels, man. Do some reels, bro. So this looks pretty cool. He's got a lot of different, or a handful of different things that he's got here, probably for videos that he's promoted in the past, and we're not going to worry about tags. So again, I would also probably say batching some of this stuff, unless the only thing that you're using IGTV for is just to post videos, which you can very well do, but you can do a whole lot more with your IGTV. And definitely, like, this looks like it doesn't necessarily belong. So maybe batching some of these into groups for your videos and then leaving this as like miscellaneous. So anyways, there you guys go. So that's just a portion of what I would do with a one-on-one consultation. On top of this, I usually give my clients, you know, a plan and a clear direction on like, hey, this is what I think would work very well for your brand and what you should try out. Resources that I give them to kind of to help come up with content and get you kind of on the right direction to, you know, finding success with your social media profiles. Well, that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully it's helpful. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this. And also don't forget to click the link in the bio in case you guys are wanting a one-on-one consultation with your boy. The link is in the bio where you guys can kind of check that out and then reach out to me so we can kind of get your awareness where it needs to be. It's your boy, Mr. Cruz, out.